Hey guys, live chat Sportsbit with Paulie and Teddy, but I have no Paulie tonight. Paulie has a bunch of stuff going on. I know he's real interested in the hockey playoffs and the NBA playoffs that are going on right now. So I'm going to go solo for a few minutes here on chat. Tonight's not going to be a particularly long chat. You can ask your questions. I'll do my best to answer them, as many of them as I can over the course of the next 15 or 20 minutes. As you know, I'm sure you know if you're a Sportsbit fan, I've been a little bit under the weather. And the voice is a little bit raspy, so I've got the cough drop in. And when I start hacking, I'm going to cancel. I'm going to say, all right, we're done for we're done for the evening on the pod. But I know everybody wants to talk about these NFL lines, and I really haven't looked at them a whole bunch until right now. So let's just go through the week one numbers. And I'm going to give you literally thoughts off the top of my head. I haven't looked at my power numbers. I wasn't looking as soon as the numbers came out to make a bunch of big bets. No. My NFL research really starts after the draft, and I go full on. I mean, May is a big-time NFL month for me, but you don't want to put the cart before the horse, and it's not like these lines are going anywhere right now. Anyway, so let's just run through the Patriots. 7 at Westgate here in Las Vegas, 50 the total against the Chiefs. South Point, that number's 8. Offshore, I'm seeing 7.5. Where that number's going to go, I don't know. I don't know the Patriots are necessarily going to be more than a TD home chalk on opening night. And KC's always going to be a popular choice as an underdog in that range. For week one, and let me just give you the Westgate numbers. Although there's a fair bit of discrepancy between the Westgate numbers and offshore. I apologize that I'm not looking on camera. I got 2 screens right here. And the screen with the live odds, my Don Vest screen, is up this side. So you get a little profile view on my face this evening. So we got the Bills 6.5, 42 over the Jets at the Westgate. Both South Point and Bet Online are lower than that, 5.5, 6 for those games. Atlanta 5.5, 50.5 against Chicago on the road. South Point's got a 6 on that. So does Bet Online. Houston home chalk against Jacksonville. Again, these are all week one lines. 4.5 and 42. Against the Jags. There's some definitely discrepancies here. South Point's got a 5.5. Bet Online's got a 4 on that ball game. But of course, we are talking about some of the deader numbers in the NFL. We're talking about the number 5. It doesn't take as much to move a game from 4 to 5 or 5.5 as it does to move a game on or off of 3 or 7, for example. You guys know this stuff already. Washington 2.5 and 48 against Philadelphia. That 2.5 is pretty much universal at the 3 books that I see having posted numbers already. The Lions 2.5, 49.5 over Arizona. This is a line that surprised me. Through Bet Online is 3 on this contest, and just off the top of my head, this is one that says ding, ding, ding. Arizona is going to attract some money here. Titans pick against the Raiders 53.5. BOL has Tennessee as a 1-point chalk in that game. Miami 2, anywhere between 1.5 and 2.5. And again, that's that dead zone. It doesn't take much to move a game between 1.5 and 2.5, like it does to move a game on or off of 3. A 2 at the Westgate with 48 Miami over Tampa Bay. Since Cincinnati 1 and 44 over Baltimore. I'm seeing 1.5s offshore and at the South Point for that game. The Westgate got the Steelers 9.5-point road favorites, 47.5 the total against the Cleveland Browns. Colts 3.5 and 48 against. This might be a real short podcast. Give me a second. Sorry. Colts 3.5 and 48 at LA. Packers 2.5 minus 20. 3s offshore. 50.5 against the Seahawks. Carolina 4 and 49 against San Fran. That's 5 at South Point. Dallas 6, 50.5 against the Giants. 5.5 at the South Point and offshore. The 2 Monday night games. Minnesota 4 and 48 against New Orleans, and Denver 3.5, 44.5 against the LA Chargers. That 3.5 is a 4.5 at the South Point. Again, I apologize for the coughing. That's not doing anybody any good. But I don't have Polly, so it looks like I'm going to be talking straight through. So I'm going to keep the cough drops in the mouth. I'm going to keep the tea coming, and I see we've got some questions. So let's go to the live chat. Brian, hey, Teddy. Hey, Brian, how are you tonight? Because good is tough, because good is dumb. Then the Cavs covered and all was right in the world. Let me ask you guys feedback on this. I thought it was more Indiana stinking than it was. I mean, Cleveland didn't quit, and they hit some shots. And we said the Cavs are capable of hitting shots. But, boy, I didn't like the Pacers' body language. I didn't like their execution. I didn't like anything they did as the Cavs were coming back. Obviously, that series is over now. But my question for you guys, more Pacers bad or more Cavs good? My vote's going to go towards Indiana. A bad in that one. How is Seattle only minus 150 tonight with Paxton on the mound against the gas can AAA pitcher Valdez? Easy enough to say after the fact. You know, if you hope you got down early, and that's one of those situations again. After first pitch, oh my God, how is this so cheap? Before first pitch, not always so easy to make those distinctions. A question from SBR says the Cowboys line really surprised me. Yeah, I honestly thought, I mean, the Cowboys-Giants, you just naturally expect to see a 3. You know, you don't expect to see 5.5s or 6s in that contest, but the Cowboys are hot. Remember how much money the Cowboys made their backers last year. There will be at least something of a tax on Dallas early in the season. Julio covers, my man. How are you, buddy? Omaha 88. I'm making money too. Had Brewers over 8. Nice call. Well done. Easy money. 7-5 as we speak. I even got Milwaukee minus 24. Never in doubt, right? BMOC Eagles for week 1. I wouldn't argue with that as a concept. I think I'm fairly bullish on Philadelphia next year, and not so much on Washington. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that line trends towards pick'em over the course of the next couple of months. At Vitalis, your Raptors under premium play was fantastic. That's what I like to see. Good job. Yeah, honestly, the right side there is Milwaukee, as much as the under. But I appreciate that. Thank you. Been good with the totals here in the postseason, and of course, POD play of the day here on Sportsbit. All good. With Cleveland, minus the deuce, never in doubt, as we like to say. I'll call in if you want, Ted. I appreciate that, BMOC. You know, I'm going short tonight. It is what it is. Teddy needs a scissor. Yeah, man. Nothing 20 on nothing more fun than on 420. You can't even frickin' smoke down. So be it. It's the nature of the game. But when you're hacking up lungs, you got to be real easy on those lungs. Right now. So one of those days where I enjoyed the date, but wasn't all good. Let's see. Oh, shoot. I can't see. Somebody's a joke if they think that, but I couldn't scroll up there. What's going on? He's always suspended. See you on Christmas night, BMOC. People calling it a great comeback. All right, great comeback. Though Tomarino Tomor. Oh, man, I'm losing you. Thought Indiana just stunk it up. Yeah. Isaiah Shepard. I thought so, too. I thought it was more Pacers than Cavs. I mean, the Cavs did a lot of things right, but Indiana did everything wrong. Isaiah Shepard, hope you feel better. Teddy, thank you. Love the show. Hey, we get these really great feedback, and I really appreciate all the comments about how much you guys like the show. Please tell your friends, share on social media. It's one of these deals where I thought we'd be at 10,000 views right now per show, and we're not. So it's a matter of how do we get from here to there. And in order to do that, I'm going to need your help. Paulie's going to need your help as well. He's all into the NHL playoffs. Good for him. Me, not as much. Let's see. I think Washington is the only balanced offense with good ball movement that will expose the Cavs defense. Toronto is ISO offense. I don't know if Toronto gets out of the first round. I'm in no rush to back him game 4 after what we saw today. And again, it's Lowry's head. In the postseason, he's not the same player, and I don't know why. But it's been very true. Mike Campbell, Eli sucks. Okay. I don't know if sucks is the right word. Eli has 2 Super Bowl rings because he had great defenses both year, and because he had a receiver that was able to make a catch off the top of his helmet. That was one of the epic catches in Super Bowl history. But I'm with you, and Eli in general being a tad bit overrated, but sucks. No, there's at least 20 teams in the NFL that would take Eli Manning as their starting quarterback next year. Let's see. Cold in Vegas tonight. You know what it is? It's not even that cold. I'm just cold. I've been sick for like a week, and rather than shiver, I figure I'd rather be too warm than too cold. So I put on a little sweatshirt. And plus, I was outside before I sat down in front of the home office. Sports have balls. Chris Sale's games auto bet on first 5 innings or under, depending on situation. 20 innings, 1 run in the first 5. Did it all last year with 9 in a row shutouts on first 5. See, those are those are derivative bets. Those little angles when you're watching one guy closely and carefully. That's gold information. It really is. The sports have balls. No argument with any of that stuff. I really don't. When you spend the time to find those micro edges, and particularly when we're not talking about full game lines, you're talking about 5-inning lines and derivative bets and that sort of thing. Man, it takes a long, long time for the betting markets to catch up in those situations. Good info. Thank you. LOL, no smoking on 420. What are you going to do, man? We'll get there. Summer's coming. They leave the lines up 3 months before week 1. Follow teams closely and watch preseason. You will find some value in at least a couple games. No question. And these numbers will bounce. And it's not like there's nothing out there now. When we project what numbers are going to move, that Philadelphia number going down certainly makes a lot of sense in theory. I don't know. I would think we'll see some Giants money. I'm not convinced we're going to see a ton of it. What else is going to go up? I mean, really, at first look, what else is them? Oh, and Arizona was the one that stood out to me as one that has a decent chance of taking some money. Jeez, this is just brutal. I'm going to go a couple more minutes here, guys, and then I'm going to call it. Damn, we need to burn one when you're better in Vegas. All right, I'm game. Do I smoke? Yes, I smoke cigarettes. Sometimes I smoke weed. Is that, it's not I'm not a drinker. When I want to get a little buzz on, I will partake, but I'm not one of these guys that wakes and bakes every morning, man. There's no shortage of those guys. I hung out with them in college, but not as a grown-up. Geez, man, I'm hanging out with my 5-year-old too much as an adult. Teddy, I was saying I don't see any reason to be any bullish on the Eagles. They couldn't stop the run last year. No big change, and OL is old. Peter and Kelsey over 31. I like the attitude in Philadelphia. I like the defense in Philadelphia. I like the quarterback in Philadelphia. And I don't want my money on Kirk Cousins. I really don't. I don't like the situation the way it's building in Washington. And, of course, we'll see how it plays out over the course of the next couple of months. Plenty of stuff still to be determined when it comes to week 1 lines. How much of a delay is in the SBR odds side? Is it real time? That's a good question. I don't know the answer. Let me see if I can find that out for you. I know it's not a significant delay, but it may be a couple of minutes. I'm not sure. I'll do my best to find out. Peter's is headed for retirement. Blah, blah, blah. What bet you lost to make you sick? I lost a bet of, working. I'll tell you what, March burns on you because you're just all morning, all day, all noon, all night. And of course, we do the show late night, early morning. So you're talking about there's not really a whole lot of breaks. And I just wore down. I don't know. I got something and I kicked it and then it came back again. So I don't know what else to tell you. See, people forget that, handicappers are human. We're all human. People are like, oh, this capper sucks. He lost this play. Oh, maybe he's sick. Maybe his wife's divorcing him. Maybe he's, you don't even know what type of stuff happens in life. In this instance, I've been sick for a week. What am I going to do? Let's see. Okay, I got some answers. It lags, but if the books and scores feed the delivery on time, so to speak, it should be only in the seconds range. That's the answer for the SBR live odds. So it does lag. It's not instantaneous, but assuming that the books and score feeds are going, they're talking seconds, not minutes. And, of course, when we talk about seconds versus minutes, you're talking about whether, if there's a huge syndicate move and the screen's getting painted black and, every book's moving at the same time, you may well miss it. If you're in a situation where it's not one of those moments where the screen is going black everywhere, you should be fine. Why don't you and Paulie ever give out boxing picks on Sportsbet? I don't know anything about boxing. I mean, I really don't. In terms of, I don't know the fighters. Paulie does MMA stuff. We've talked MMA, but it's not something that I personally spend a lot of time with. So if I'm always interested in feedback. Someone's we've got an MMA guy. We had him on a lot. I don't remember us having an MMA guy on in a while. We probably should. It's long past time. Big Simon, it's poisoning you for sure. Oh, because I'm smoking the Vegas medical weed. Oh my goodness, dude, I'm not stoned all the time. I'm not high right now. It's not one of those things where I'm freaking, the fact that I say I'm willing to publicly say I smoke marijuana sometimes is not an indication that I'm a freaking smoking night and day and that the Vegas medical weed is killing me. I don't think it is. Baxter's giving up 3 runs as we speak. FML, LOL. Mr. Gogster, what's going on? Spray those pesticides. You're coughing, can't even make it through a show. Blah, blah, blah. Teddy, when do you get going in baseball with the day grind? Really, I'm probably, when you talk about the first couple of weeks, I'm light. Play here, play there. As we get into week 3, now that we've got starters with guys with 3 starts under their belts, we've got a legitimate assessment of what teams can and can't hit righties and lefties. Really starting this next week. It's not like picking and choosing, looking for one play. It's all right, let's start firing away. So really it's next week and moving on into May as when I start taking MLB real serious. Thank you for playing hurt, Teddy. No problem. The funny thing is this is an outlet for me. It really is an out. And I enjoy it. It's not something that I do. It's a labor of love. Every bit as much as it is a career choice per se. I like to have a voice. I like to be able to voice my opinions, and Sportsbet allows me to do that, and this live chat allows me to do that. So thank you guys for being a part of it. Clippers -1. I'm not going to bet them. No. That's my answer. I'm not in love with Utah. If it's not a game that I'm planning on getting involved with, but I'm not excited about the Clippers moving forward necessarily. I'm really concerned. The Wizards, someone's talking about the Wizards before, and I meant to finish up that thought. I think the Wizards are going to give the Cavs everything that they got, and that's going to be a real good series, and Washington's live to win. I will probably have some Washington plus money if that series turns out to be the series that we see. Let's see. I thought it was easy to hit 100%, right? Let's see. Thanks, Teddy. Feel better. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. Even though OKC is great at home, I think OKC is a bet against. I'm with you. I will play Houston or nothing in every game of that series. What sport I'm most indulgent at the moment, Teddy? I'm working NBA and I'm working MLB right now. To say that I haven't gone nuts in MLB yet doesn't mean that you're not putting the time in now so that you're ready come next week. I've absolutely put the time in baseball, and I expect to see some pretty strong dividends in the weeks and month to come. Lacrosse, can't give you yet. So what's up, SBR? Why don't you like me? Hi, Rich. What's going on? What do I think about, because good is dumb, asked, what do you think about Houston's chances to beat the Warriors or Spurs in advance to the NBA Finals? I think the Rockets are very live in either one of those series. I shouldn't say that. They'll beat San Antonio. That's one that I'm confident. That's a series wager that I will make. Again, assuming that things are as they stand now. Vegas sounds like a paradise. Not a bad place to live. I'll tell you that. Okay, without beer and weed, there's no way I'll be watching this. Fair enough. Am I the only one that finds it fucking hilarious that it took Memphis 3 games to take 40-year-old Vince Carter off Leonard? Yes. Or no, you're not the only one that finds it hilarious. How quick are you to fade the Raptors? I don't know if I haven't really thought about the game 4s yet. No reason to. We'll get there. The game 3's just ended. The first game 3's just ended. So you let it process, go through all the numbers, and rather than, I got to get this. No. Take your time. It's not one of these situations where you got to be bang, bang, bang. My first reaction on that game is not to look for Toronto to bounce back and to continue looking at that series going under the total. But I haven't done the reading yet. I haven't done the research yet. I can't tell you for sure what my opinion on that's going to be. All right, dudes. What do we got? Let's see. Last question. Teddy, serious question. Which hotel will put me up in 2 nights? Which hotel will put me up 2 nights in Vegas for free, or at least the least amount wagered at their book? Let me think about that for a minute. I don't know. I don't stay in the hotels in Vegas. I stay at home. But in terms of books, the off-strip properties are much more interested in comping you and giving you business than the on-strip properties. So the Westgate Superbook, you got much more of a chance to get comped or a pretty good comp for your sports betting dollars. Same thing with a place like the South Point that takes their sportsbook seriously. That's not on Center Strip. If you're talking about staying at the Mirage or the MGM or those type of places, your sportsbook comps will be slim to none. All right, guys, thank you so much for stopping by tonight. Again, I'm keeping it short and sweet, although I stopped hacking up a lung. So I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, or me tonight. Paulie, of course, will be on Sportsbook tomorrow. And, of course, tomorrow's show is going to be loaded. We're going to recap the 3 games from tonight. We're going to look ahead for the 3 games on Friday. We'll give you all the bad beats, bad for the books, all the stuff you respect. And, of course, we'll close it out with the play of the day like we do every night on Sportsbit, a betting insight today. Thank you so much for stopping by the live chat. Thanks for all the compliments. And please tell your friends, watch Sportsbit. Have a great night.